Hello, welcome. This is already a pain. Welcome to February's Battle Report with us, the St. James Files, which is a Call of Cthulhu podcast of actual play. But if you want to watch Warhammer and you're just here for Warhammer, ignore that part. We do Warhammer. Welcome to a bit of a return to Old Hammer for us. Old World came out this month, but also it's also a new thing where we've been running a bunker with our friend Bingle Bang Bang and his partner, and in that, the White Dwarf bunker games, you get a scenario each month that you get to play, and you get a point in your bunker for playing it. So we thought it'd be interesting to play the bunker game for February's Battle Report, and the game is a bit of a doozy this time.
Ha!
So, as you'll already have seen by the title and the sheets that show before this, we're doing Stormcast v Fyreslayers, and we're using our Northern Invasion lists again because it's just a bit of a comfort blanket. But we're playing Buried in the Fog, which has a deployment of the four quarters are then divided into their own four quarters. The deployment, as you can see, are the long edges of the board, but they've been divided into four quadrants. The deployment of the game has been rolled this time rather than played in a way that you put down your units how you want them. Each quadrant from left to right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, has been when you put down a unit, we've rolled a dice, and if you've rolled a 2, 3, 4, or 5, that unit has to go into that square. If you rolled a 1, you put down that unit into reserves, which has meant things like my Flamekeeper and my Runefather are currently sat in reserves, where their retinue is all the way over in number 5. But I haven't actually set which ones the retinue would be yet, because you decide at the beginning of the game, yada yada yada. If you roll a 6, you get to pick where the hell you wanted to put them in the 4 squares. Anything in reserves can only arrive at the end of our second turn of movement. You have to roll, if you've played 40k, it's kind of like the strategic reserves bit where at the end of movement they arrive as if they've just finished a move onto the battlefield. Same thing here, you'll be finishing the end of the movement phase on our second turn, putting these models down. They have to be in our deployment area more than 6 inches away from bad guys. Which comes on to the actual rule of the game itself. Apologies for this kind of long-winded explanation, but this is unfortunately having to set up a whole thing so you understand what we're doing. So each terrain feature on the board counts as an objective for this game. And at the end of the turn, we're going to roll dice for any units that are within 1 inch of a terrain feature. If we roll a 12 or higher, we're going to roll 2d6 and add the number of times we have both searched terrain features. And if we get a 12 or more, the unit who's searching finds the golden coin! The golden coin of heresy, because it's got a little heresy guy and ooh. Anyway, available at Warhammer World if you go to Nottingham. But we'll find the golden coin. That unit is then carrying the riches. The aim of the game is to end the game carrying the riches. If we attack the unit that's carrying the riches, they will drop the riches if they are dead. If you attack the unit and you're attacking them with melee weapons, the melee also includes you taking the riches off that unit. So if you shoot them off, which none of us are going to do because Fyreslayers don't shoot, and also you have no shooters.
I got 2.
You got 2. Oh, apologies.
But they're not very good.
Yeah. If you shoot them off the board, you drop the riches. If you fight them off the board, you take the riches off them. Excuse me. And that's going to be the game. Essentially, at the end of turn 5 for the second player of that round, there will be an agreement that whoever has the riches at that point gets a major victory. And if neither of us are carrying the riches, it's a draw. So there's kind of a win-win scenario for whoever has the item turn 5, but also a win-lose for the person who's not carrying it. So there is an element of technically a win or a win regardless of what you do, but we'll see. Yeah. Shall we talk about what we've got, as we always do? Do you want to go through my list? And
yeah,
I'll film you doing yours as usual.
Sure.
We've already said we've got the Runefather and the Flamekeeper over here. We're running on pitch battle reports to set up the list. So the Runefather has the Axe of Grimnir and the Spirit of Grimnir as his command trait. So I get to have my runes on a 5-up rather than a 6 if I get the enhanced effect. The Flamekeeper doesn't have any items or anything like that. I'm running in Greyfeard Lodge, so there will be multiple artifacts. The Runeson, all on his lonesome, who is going to have this as his retinue, we've decided. He has the Magmalt Ale, so he gets to double his attacks once per game. And then we've got Volkite Berserkers, Charge and Punch. Flamekeeper with a, he would have the Null Stone icon if we were playing pitch battles. Another set of Volkite Berserkers. The king himself, Gotrek, who this time we're going to run properly and I'm going to love him. Battlesmith with an Obsidian icon. And then 2 bubbles of 10 Halfguard Berserkers with chains and happiness and annoyingly nowhere near things that I would like to give a retinue with a ward double. Anyway, yeah, shall we talk about what Stormcast had?
Yeah. So annoyingly, I kept rolling 5s. This is my box number 5 for where to put stuff. So I've got Karazai, big dragon, a set of Vindictors at the front, some Annihilators with shields, smacky defense, and a set of 6 Gryph-hounds at the back, all squashed into this little quarter, but with a terrain piece right there. So I think I'll search that first. Then we've got Bastion, the big dong himself. Another set of Vindictors. Lord Imperatant with his 1 Gryph-hound. And he has the Hammer of Might as his artifact of power. 2 sets here, they just ended up in the same box. Of
Such a scary square.
Annihilators with Meteoric Grand Hammers. Smacky hitting things, not smacky defense. And then in reserve, Lord Relictor, who has the... If we were doing the Nullstone icon things, he has the nonsense that stops you casting spells. I can't think what it's called.
The Nullstone icon.
Nullstone icon, yeah. He has the Nullstone icon.
And he's your general, isn't he?
He is my general.
So is my Runefather, who is also in reserve. So this is hilarious for turn 1. We will only be getting 1 and 2 command points.
Yeah, we're not going to get very far with this, because they're alive, they're just not on the board.
Yes, as we're running pitch battles, we will be getting optimal focus. So person going second will be able to do their
the optimal focus,
extra command point as if they've done a thingy. I finished deployment first.
Yeah, you did. So you're going first.
So I am going to.
But this is a game where we don't have to pick tactics.
Yes.
Because it's just.
But we will still get things like I'll still get my runes and stuff like that. So
I still get anything fancy. I don't think I have anything fancy.
I'm going to let you go first, because then if there is anything I do need to fight, then you're closer to me, because that's Fyreslayer tactic number 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let them come to you because you're lazy and Scottish.
Yeah, we like being lazy.
We love the Scottish. Please don't hurt us.
Okay.
Anyway, back in a moment.
I'm standing this side because we've got washing in the background. You don't need to see that. So I went first. My hero face did nothing. Normally I would try and translocate something, but Relictor's in reserve right now, so I can't. So I have moved things to closer to terrain. As you can see, there are Bastion, Vindictors, Annihilators, and then the Annihilators over there at that one. They tried searching, those Annihilators over there, didn't find it. Bastion tried searching, Bastion found it.
Yeah, it needed an 11.
And I got a double 6. Woo! Bastion currently has the flag. I mean the treasure, because in my head...
Same thing. It's capture the flag, yeah.
So Bastion has the treasure. Haven't charged anything, we haven't fought anything, so there's no battle shock to do. So now you have to kill Bastion to get the treasure.
Yep.
With melee attacks.
Yep.
If you kill him with shooting, it just drops.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
But you know, he's not like, look at this smug face. Look at this smug...
Yeah, but look at little bejeaned bastard over here. Don't like him.
Oh, okay. If it could have gone on like a Vindicta or something, but it had to go on King. Just to explain, if you've been watching our battle reports previously and you've heard us say it, Bastion is called Thunderdong because we were avid, always Sunny in Philadelphia fans. So he is Thundergun, and he does the dong shot when he does his lightning.
You kept calling it, and then I adapted it to say he's waving his massive dick around. But also, the thing is, you have to. So whoever has the treasure, it makes sense for them to kind of be defended by everybody else, so that the opposition doesn't get it.
Yes.
But Bastion's so smacky that I want him to fight people. So I'm like, do I keep him back to keep the treasure safe? Because this is right at the beginning of the game as well. There's now 4.5 rounds to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do I keep him back and let everything else take the hit for him? Or do I still run him into battle and smash stuff? Because he's good at it.
Yeah.
And he can be hard to kill, but it depends on who's fighting him.
I want to cry. Anyway, we're back in a moment with Fyreslayers turn 1. Dismounts with such grace, silk like suit, confusing your eyesight. The muffled silence surrounds him. Livestock's dead in his way. A sudden shock to tranquility. A swooping blade as the silence breaks. Hello and welcome back to Fyreslayers suffering the Stormcast once more. You lovely viewers want it.
Not necessarily.
I mean, so talking through what happened, we put the Rune of Relentless Zeal, or the Rune of Turn 1, as I like to call it, onto the boys. They only got the +2 to move, and I decided to stick Fyreslayers on my little rune son over here. I was going to run him around and try and run him into the Annihilators. That didn't happen, because he failed his charges. Moving across the board, they failed their charge over here. They were also going to go try help out. Realised after reading my rules again that Auric Half-God or Half-God Berserkers have to be the retinue of the Runeson and Runefather, not Volkite Berserkers, so they aren't the retinue. These two over here are the retinues, just hanging out waiting for Dad and Son to come. Anyway, speaking of things that happened, a monumentous occasion. We got 1 damage from throwing axes into Karazai.
Woo!
And then Gotrek decided to try and run into Bastion but couldn't get it. So he ran to Karazai instead. Karazai has halved Gotrek. He's on 4 out of 8 wounds. And Gotrek, on fighting twice, couldn't find a single 6 in his hits.
But Gotrek has more than halved Karazai.
Yes, he's on 7.
Or 7 out of 18.
Well, it'd be 7 out of 16. Because the one half-guard berserker throw axe
thing. 7 out of 17.
Yes. Either way, it's still halved. Anyway, and then we tried to take it off Bastion. We really tried, but Bastion took not a single wound and killed 2.5 of my boys in the offering. So if he had taken any wounds, they would have been healed. Because as much as you whinge about Gotrek, that's broken. I'm just so glad you're not playing Hammers of Sigmar, because if you're playing Hammers of Sigmar, he'd be able to command everyone for free as well. Because the nonsense. Is it once per phase or once per turn that he gets to order?
Once per turn.
Thank God. But yeah, that's the end of turn 1 for the Fyreslayers. There's no searching for items because there's no need to. So now we're going to roll and find out who's going first in round 2. 6.
5.
Well, I've got to go second. No, I've got to go first because I can't give Karazai the opportunity to kill Gotrek so early into this game. It would just be salt in my wound.
Okay.
So yeah, back in a moment for Fyreslayers turn 2. Fyreslayers turn 2. A Pyrrhic victory has been had. This has been such a nightmare having Bastion have the winning score so far. So, went for the rune of Searing Heat because I thought it'd be fun to have 3 mortal wounds per attack on a half-guard berserker. And the little boys that could did 1 damage to Bastion before he killed 2 of them. And then he healed because looking just next to him, Gotrek's on 1 wound because he took down Karazai, but at what cost?
He did.
At what cost? So we fight this out with Gotrek just in case my rolls weren't going well. He killed him without needing the second fight back that Gotrek gets. But on the other side of things, the Rune Son tried to do his little
he's disappeared.
His big old attack. I spent my 1 command point, I forgot, to do all out defense on the half-guard berserkers to try to give them help.
I didn't spend any of mine.
No, big flashy.
Yeah.
No, you did. You must have spent it. You spent your exemplary romp.
He would have spent that, and
all
I think he
attack.
spent his, so I've still got my 2 main ones.
Yes. And then over here, the 2 reserve units have arrived because they are at the end of turn 2. So far, it's not going well. I am losing big things quickly. And I say big things in the Fyreslayers term of big things, so things that are over 4 inches tall. But yes, Gotrek needs to heal, otherwise that thing's going. And also we need just a little bit of luck. But we'll find out what happens in Stormcast turn 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Back in a moment.
No. So that was my turn. Again, I've come around this side because this side's better. I've got hiccups now. So essentially, it boils down to Bastion still has the riches.
Yep.
And has killed more of your Fyreslayers, which I'm sorry. But then the Vindictors managed to kill Gotrek, for which I'm also very sorry. Because it sucks to have things just kill your big punchy stuff. Everything else is still alive. These Annihilators over here killed something.
They killed my entire bulk of 10 Volkite Berserkers.
10 over 2 turns. To be fair, they're not that great. And Bastion has killed more of your Volkite Berserkers. Half-guard?
Half-guard Berserkers.
He's killed more of them, so he healed. You did do 4 damage to him.
And then he healed
because he killed things. So that's kind of where we are. So the riches are still with the Stormcast. Bastion just has to hang on to them. It's a shame you can't like do a rugby thing and just pass it to someone else to like keep it back.
Yeah, my entire army is, as you can see on the board, you can see my death pile over at the back.
Yes.
My entire army at the moment is essentially this little bubble of half-guard berserkers, a battlesmith.
We're all trying to come through this gap to get at Bastion.
And then this entire collection of Stormcast Eternals.
Yeah.
Oh, what a lovely army.
That was round 2.
That was round 2.
So we are about to start round 3.
Round 3.
Shall
we roll to... Yeah, I'm going to nick one of your dice and you can nick one.
Of yours.
Let's see. Oh.
3. 1.
Goddamn one!
My big blue dice have been rolling badly, so Steve keeps telling me to switch to my little yellow ones. I'm like, no, I like the big chunky ones. I finally switched and now they're rolling really well, apart from when you need it.
Lovely. So you get decision of who's going first. Would you like to double turn me?
I'd like to double turn. I don't do it very often. So.
Nice. Let's see what happens at the end of Stormcast turn 3.
I got priority and double turned. So, as you will see from the board, Bastion still has the riches and has killed someone else. But my Griffhounds will come into play. Steve's killed 2 of them. You've also killed 3 of the 4 Vindictors that were there. So there's mutual killing going on both sides. And then over here, my 2 Annihilators killed your... Who was he?
It was my Flamekeeper.
Flamekeeper. They've killed him. And also I translocated at the start 3 Annihilators over here. So they haven't been able to do anything yet because they didn't get the charge that they needed. But they will come to F you up from behind. You love it. Yes. Don't you love to feel it?
This is becoming a pointless game as Bastion continues to hold it.
I know.
He's only got to survive another 3 turns. No.
2.5.
2.5 turns?
Yep.
2.5 rounds, because it's been my round. But then also I feel like it's not going to get to round 5 with the way my bodies are just falling. Like my death pile over in that top corner is just...
But you also know that the sensible thing for me to do right now would be to retreat him to just keep it out of the way. So you have to waste time killing other things.
Yes, especially with my short movement.
I like to kill things with him. So you know I'm going to run him into battle.
I mean, he's indestructible. Like, it takes a lot to run. It takes a lot to kill him.
Yeah.
I know I've killed him with Gorgrunters before, but that was just with charge bonus. The way to get through Stormcast is mortals.
Yeah.
The things I don't have are mortals.
No, I know.
But yes, because that goddamn save. But yes, we'll be back in a moment with Fyreslayers Death Turn 3. See how many models are gone by the end of this, shall we? Back in a moment. You can just make out a vision. The lone horseman wandering on his steed. And the taste of the air of obligation. So there's a weather man sat in the crossroads. And a book that sits as dead as him. Well, all he wants is your signature. And then my friend, you better look to him. They call me 24/7 man, no rest for the way. Fyreslayers are still here.
Yeah, they are. Woo!
In the tiniest bubble. So we've ran the longest run for the Runefather to come round into Bastion in the hopes that unleashing the last of the lodge, not the last of the lodge, that's the Grimhold Exile, the thing where he gets plus the Lord of the Lodge.
Lord of the Lodge.
Where he gives everyone within 12 inches an extra attack. I thought I could take out Bastion with with the Grand Axe key thing. The latch key Grand Axe.
Latch key Grand Axe.
With rend 2 and 4 damage each, and I did nothing. But yes, we took out the Vindictors, we took out the Griffhounds. Yep.
Vindictors came back with call for aid. But
we've put the icon of Grimnir down to give us some chance. And then the Vindictors reappeared because this army just continues to haunt me. And I question the very validity of me saying I won't play ogres because it's unfair to you.
Sure.
I hate Fyreslayers. Why do I talk about myself?
This is why I feel with the ogres. Hate it. It's miserable, isn't it?
Yes, but the difference is there are armies that can go against the ogres and completely flatten them, including the INF Deepkin, which we did when I played your list to you. But Fyreslayers in this series so far have, like, consistently for the last year in the current GHB, Fyreslayers have sucked. They were doing really good in the previous GHB.
I like them. I think they're cute.
I love them. I think they're a great army. It's just at the moment they're not a great thing to play, and I don't know why I keep torturing myself. It's because YouTube keeps asking for it.
Yeah, YouTube keeps searching for Fyreslayers. So.
But I'll have a comment at the end of this game, which I want to make about general things. Anyway, so we continue to watch as from turn 1 onwards, Bastion is holding on to this gold.
Yeah.
And he's not letting go of it.
He nearly didn't have it. It was only because of a good roll. Yeah. But yeah.
But yes.
Should we roll off? Should we roll off?
Let's roll off for round 4.
Round 4.
The last of the Mohicans.
What'd you get?
4.
4. 5.
You get to choose.
Do I be nice and let you double turn me? No, I want to go first. I'll go first.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Back in a moment for Stormcast turn 4.
So watch your back, 'cause I'm on a hunt for you. They got me 24/7 now. You can stay in town when the looks go down. So watch your back, 'cause I'm on the way for you. They got me 24/7 now. No rest for the wicked with the south of my hand. So watch your back, 'cause I'm on a...
That was a turn. Nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. Translocated Imperator over here, who tried to shoot and did nothing. They failed a charge. They failed a charge. They failed a charge.
Yeah, 3 inches needed and they rolled double ones.
Double one. And then Bastion all out attacked against the Runefather and did absolutely nothing.
You did 2 wounds.
I did 2 wounds, sorry.
But I did find a sour, so...
You did find a sour, so your save was 2, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, and then he did 1 wound back to Bastion. Could have been 4, but the wards made it 1.
Yeah.
So then Bastion won't heal because he hasn't killed anything.
Nope.
And we just continue. It was just like a nothing turn. Nothing happened.
Yep. This is very much going to be the end of this game. I can feel it because this entire game has just been focused around that little spot.
Yeah. Like nothing's happening. I'm trying to move things around the back to like take out yours from behind so that, you know, oh, they've got less retinue and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a very nothingy turn.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to lose my icon of Grimnir, so I'll go back up to the 6th ward rather than the 5 ward. So that'll help you a little bit.
There was no battle shock because nothing fought.
No battle shock. And we're going to see if we can try finally take that goddamn riches off you, only for it to be taken immediately after in turn 5.
You say that, but we don't know. Okay.
But let's go back to Fyreslayers turn 4.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
1.5 turns left.
We're recording now. Hello!
Welcome back to Fyreslayers turn up at the end. It's turn 4, end of round 4.
Yeah.
And Fyreslayers finally take out Bastion.
Yes, they
with
did.
the little boy that could, thanks to, in fairness, the rune of Awakened Steel going off and giving me +2 rend, which made the hero, what's he called? Auric Runefather had a rend 4 because of nonsense and 4 damage because adding a Grimnir's axe to him is hilarious. So we basically charged everything in to get around him so the retinue could help him. We charged these 2 into here to get rid of those Vindictors, but the heavy Annihilators, literal inches away, are going to ruin my fun. I can feel it already. They will. They will. If you go with, they have a 4-inch movement, and they are 4 inches away from the bubble.
They're not the heavy ones.
Yeah, but they can save everything, which means as long as they kill the model, they're fine.
True.
These guys are 10 inches away.
Yeah.
So 6-inch charge, depending on how round 5 goes. So let's roll off and find out who's going first in round 5. 3.
5.
Well, it's up to you. Do you
I'll
want
go
to try
first.
fight me, or do you want to...
This is turn 5.
This is the last round, yes.
Shit, okay. Well, I think we know how this is going to go, but I'll try and fight you first.
Round 5.
Yep.
Stormcast.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. So this took an interesting turn. We know Bastion's dead. So you currently, who was it?
It was my Runefather.
Runefather had the coin.
It's all over here.
My Annihilators went up against your Runefather and essentially they killed each other.
Yes.
Now the coin is dropped. So,
View.
nobody owns it right now.
No.
It's just dropping, but you have to end your turn within
And a movement.
and a movement within 1 inch for it to be yours.
Yes.
So basically, you don't have to move.
Depends on what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where it is. There isn't really a lot to say about this one, to be fair. Everything's concentrating on this corner. This terrain is really in the way. So yeah, we're just kind of here, existing. Oh, I thought I was going to move on the next turn. I won't. That would be
No, this is where
Yeah.
this is where I'm going to talk out what I would do in my 5 to save us some things, because I have, looking at how it ended, I have a plan of how I would basically win the game.
I also have a plan, so go on then.
So the way that you would win
Yeah.
is if they don't move,
Yep.
they pick it up, and then if you kill one model, you pick it up, and then I have to either kill a model from
Yeah.
you to take it back, or I have to, or you have to drop it, and then we'll both get a draw.
Yes.
But there is a third option.
Uh-huh.
If Battlesmith moves
He
this
takes
way,
it, yes.
takes it, these guys retreat from them to move out the way.
Yeah.
Because you can't redeploy within 3 inches of him,
No.
you can't get into combat with him.
No, I can't reach.
There would be a combat here, regardless of how that goes.
Yep.
We'll save ourselves from rolling. Battlesmith would end the turn holding the coin, and therefore Fyreslayers drag their asses into a victory. Oh my god.
Oh.
But that's how I would play it. What was your tactic, just out of interest? Because you were saying you've got an idea of how you would win.
Mostly for them to just fight through to get it.
Yeah, because if they didn't move, they would pick it up. I can guarantee they would. They do like
a lot of damage.
they've been doing consistently 12 damage each time.
Yeah.
And although I've got a 4 ward because of it, you would definitely kill a model with the way I've been rolling. I think I could, because one is on 1, I could potentially take it back. So I think I think it is guaranteed Fyreslayers win at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's like I would say a 30% chance, probably closer to 50% chance of thinking about it. The Annihilators would take it and keep it.
Yeah.
Because your rolls are ridiculous as well. But I think if I stuck with my original plan of take the Battlesmith and run, I still I win the day essentially, which is absolutely hilarious after an hour and a half to 2 hours of me going, this is pointless. I don't see the point in playing the game. Rah, 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 rah.
Yes, you did do that.
Yes, I turned into you playing against ogres,
Yes.
and I get, again, it needs to be highlighted. It is a really sucky game at the moment for certain heroes and certain armies in general. Like the Fyreslayers, absolutely, this game sucks for them because from the very beginning at the moment, you need to you strategically deploy, you need to continually control how you're moving, and the entire thing of, I'm going to have to line up at the back wherever you tell me on a dice roll, ruins the entire thing.
I mean, I kind of did, because it saved the, if only I'd put him there, because you don't have a choice.
Yeah, there was there's an element of fun to it, and
Yeah.
it just,
Sort of enjoyed it, actually.
I think if you had in my opinion, and again, I'm not doing this as like a sore loser kind of thing, but if the if the Fyreslayers were a better army, then I would have less of a panic about the fact of, I'll just land wherever you put me, because the Stormcast, wherever you put them, they will just move into the place and kick the shit out of it.
Yeah.
But yes, how was that game for you?
Well, I thought this was going to be my first win of the year, and I was really excited, and then it got depressing. But I'm still second guessing everything I've done. I should have just moved Bastion back behind cover.
Well, that's the thing, is it's a bunker game, so it's not exactly like, you're not, the game is designed for 2,000 points with battle tactics on objectives. That's their bread and butter, what they write. These narrative games, although they're fun, and if you play,
I prefer playing these to playing the ones with tactics.
The first two, if you've not been following the White Dwarf bunker, they've recreated the fights from the Roundgates Wars. So it was 2 of the fights where Korgus Kull and Vander's Hammerhand meet off and kick the living crap out of each other, and it's always hilarious. The last one we didn't do because it was a multiplayer and we didn't have anyone at the time to play it. And then this one's been quite fun. So if you're interested in seeing more of the White Dwarf bunker reports, please do let us know, because we do play these once a month anyway, so we can just stick it on a film for you if you'd prefer to see that.
Yeah.
If there are any armies you'd like to see coming up, because we have got at the moment, as we always zoom around to this little stand full of things, we've got Stormcast, we've got War Clans, we've got Fyreslayers.
Yeah.
That's what we've got at the moment. Emma is slowly but surely starting to collect her Idenef Deepkin, so we will be seeing those appearing on the board. I've started to collect more Gut Rippers and stuff, so there will be the chance to do Cruel Boys as well as Iron Jaws and Big War. There is one idea I have at the moment, moving back to the board so we're not looking at our dirty house.
That house is fine.
But as you can see, just behind Emma, on my little pile of potential, or the painting pile, I've got a fair few things left from my Fyreslayers and my Cruel Boys that I already owned over the year, and there are a couple of 40k models. But that's I have an idea for our next report where I would like to ruin both people's games, and we're going to use the 40k General Handbook to run a AOS game.
Okay. Cool.
Which we're more on that, and I'll explain it a bit more in the next video. But it's going to be 40k in the mortal realms.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
But this is also to give Em a chance to build up some more Idenef Deepkin, so we can see those things. If there are armies you want to see on the channel, because this is the thing I was thinking about earlier, this is our now 4th report in the monthly reports, and then you've got the 2 that we would put on Patreon and release for free, because we changed up our Patreon plan.
Yeah, we did.
More on that if you want to go to patreon.com/STJamesFiles.
I always forget this is an ST James Files thing.
Yes, but if you'd like to go over there and let us know like you want to support us in any way, we'd greatly appreciate that. We want to try get a mat, we want to try get some more terrain and stuff. But one of the things I was thinking of is this is yet another one where it's Stormcast v something, and it would be nice to have a little bit more versatility. But unfortunately, we are full-time working.
Yeah, we have lives.
People in the middle of a cost of living crisis.
Yeah,
so this is
can't afford to buy
so yeah, we're not tabletop titans. We're not we've not been playing this for more than a year, so we've only got the armies that we've been collecting.
Yeah.
But if you have any ideas or any thoughts you'd like to do, or if you're okay with Proxy Hammer, let us know, because it'd be interesting, because then we can try a bit more stuff. I think there is a very nice thing in the idea of what we did last time, where it wasn't just whatever model fit. It was the Fyreslayers were Caradron Overlords, and they were thematically, they fitted. Then like the Iron Jaws being soul possessed by the Idenef Deepkin, it just so happened that we were using the base models rather than, because the base sizes were exactly the same as what they should be. But yes, let us know if there are any thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when we put out these monthly ones. It's normally on the 1st of each month, but just in case anything happens, like if we go to shorter videos that could then release 2 a month potentially, like if we're only doing a Path to Glory and it only took 20 minutes to watch, it'd be unfair to be like, sorry, you only get that a month. But yeah, let us know what you think. Anything you want to say, Emma?
I don't think so, no, I think we're done.
Any thoughts on the game?
I just want to keep playing my Stormcast.
I get it.
I don't want to play anything else. Because I think in colours, my Stormcast are bright and my fish are not.
But would they become bright?
To me is a signal of, you don't want to do that.
Okay, cool.
The fish might become that way, but even thinking about them now, I'm like, oh, I've got my Stormcast.
This entire series this year is going to be every faction tries to take on Stormcast, because I go, cool, I get another army for you.
Yes.
Whereas you go, I'm Stormcast all the way, baby.
I love my Stormcast boys, and I'm buying a Celestin Prime and stuff, so there's like additions to the Stormcasts.
But yeah, again, this is a free channel, and it's not exactly like, we're not tabletop tyrants, or not tyrants, that's the shop. Tactics or tabletop titans in America or whatever. So yeah, there are parts of this that are we're giving you what we got. But until then, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Please, if you want to go support our podcast, or if you want to go check that out, go over to beacons.ai/STJamesFiles. where you can find all of our links to our podcast, our Patreon, everything else.
Yep.
And until then, as we sign off with the podcast and it's starting to become the thing that we do over here, stay spooky, mortal realms. Bye now.
Bye.